The real purpose of life is to connect with the divine. Doesn't matter what name we use, doesn't matter what form, doesn't matter what religion, it doesn't matter what culture, it doesn't matter what language we use, but to connect to that which is eternal, to connect to that which is content and essence rather than form. Most of us spend our lives connected to form. This body, this house, this car, these clothes. And the real purpose of life is actually to connect to that which is eternal, which is the soul, which is the divine, which is the essence, which is the spirit. Just different words for talking about the same thing. It's what the body is not. The body is in a constant state of change. I mean, forget the fact that we've only got it for a certain number of decades. But even within the decades that we're alive, it's constantly changing. Constantly. The cells of our body are in a constant state of renewal and regeneration. And so connecting to the form is actually keeping us away from that which is true. So the real purpose of life is to connect with the divine. When we talk about God realization or self-realization, that's what this is. It's not an intellectual realization. It's not the, oh, I realized that drip, drip, drip was my faucet that was on. Or, oh, I realized that what I was allergic to was the strawberries in my cereal. Not that type of an intellectual, there was a problem plaguing me, allergic breakouts, leaky faucet, whatever it is. And of course, on the deep level, sad life, disconnected life. But we don't solve it intellectually. You can solve your leaky faucet by figuring out what the problem is. You can solve an allergy by figuring out what you're allergic to. You can solve a math problem. You can solve accounts. But when we talk about realization of the self or realization of God, it's not an intellectual realization. It's not the, oh, that's how you do long division realization. Or, oh, that's how this works realization. It's an experiential realization. It's a realization of the heart, but not the heart that just lives here, of the heart in every cell of us. So every piece of us awakens with that light. It's literally an experience that we have, not of the mind, but not separate from the mind. Every bit of us suddenly starts to pulsate with wakefulness, with light, with love. And it's as though every aspect of us is saying, okay. But it doesn't matter, again, what it is that we've connected to. Whether we say Christ, whether we say Krishna, whether we say Allah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if there's no name. Doesn't matter if it comes through meditation on a mantra, if it comes through chanting, if it comes through your hands in the dirt planting trees, if it comes through whatever. What matters is that we have that experience, because otherwise we go through life connected just to form. And the form is so transitory. And the whole purpose of us being here is not to connect to something that 1 minute is here and the next minute isn't. It's to connect. We use the body. The body is the medium for us to have an awakening. If we didn't have a body, if we didn't have a brain, if we didn't have neural networks and connections that enabled us to sit still long enough to meditate, that enabled us to have that realization, we wouldn't awaken. So the gift of a human birth is not, oh great, now I can, be more powerful than all of my competitors. Now I can be number one. Now I can be the best. It's not about that. The gift of a human birth is the consciousness that we have, the ability to think about ourselves, to step out of that which is living and acting into what is called the witness, that's able to see it. So we're able to see ourselves. And when we're able to see ourselves, we understand, if I'm watching that, I can't be that. If I'm able to access a witness of myself that watches myself get jealous, that watches myself get angry, that watches myself get frustrated, that watches my ego raise its head. Well, if I'm able to connect with the witness, then two things happen. Number one, I don't get swept up by that. And number two, it gives me an awareness, well, I guess I'm not my anger. I guess I'm not my ego. I guess I'm not my jealousy. Because look, here I've just connected with a part of myself that's watching it. So if I'm the one watching myself get jealous, if I'm the one watching myself get angry, if I'm the one watching my ego go out of control, then I can't be the jealousy, I can't be the anger, I can't be the ego. And so it gives us that experience of, oh wait, there's more in here than I thought. There's more going on here than I thought. And through that connection in the witness, it takes us to a place beyond even the witness where we're able to be connected with the one who's watching us connect with the witness. Connect with the one who's able to say, who's able to know, oh yeah, now we got this witness thing. And we just keep getting deeper and deeper. So it's not a rejection of the body. The body is beautiful. The body's been created by God. It's magical. I mean, imagine we dump all this junk into it. When you dump in French fries and you get blood cells. You dump in a candy bar, you get blood cells, you get energy. We get the stuff that runs our brain. Okay, not very well if all you're living on is French fries and candy bars, but nonetheless, I mean, it's magic what the body can do. What happens in our digestive system? What happens if you're female in our reproductive systems? I mean, just the body is incredible. So spirituality is not about a rejection of that, but it's about not identifying as that. I'm able to be in awe of it. I'm able to use it, but it's not me. And that's the point of our life, is to connect with who am I really? And when I have that awareness, then everything I do is just in service of that truth. And that's, of course, when we stop accruing karma. That's when we attain what's referred to as liberation or moksha. We still have a body. We're still in the body. We're still breathing and digesting and respirating, and our endocrine systems and circulatory systems are still functioning. But we're free. Because we're not a slave to the body. Like, I mean, I'm able to use this microphone, but not be a slave to it. There's no way in which this microphone is hindering me because I don't identify as it. I would never think I am this microphone. So the spiritual path is not about, take the mic and trash it just because it's not me. No, it's a great tool. It's wonderful. Because of it, my voice is able to go to the back of the room. Even with the fans and the AC going, you can hear me. But it's not me. And that's the same with the body. And so that's what we're put here for, is to have that awareness. And then through that awareness, and I'll talk about this tonight when we talk about Buddha. When he's had that enlightenment, then what happens? Because then, of course, what he did was serve. Because then we really are able to be just a tool. And to use every bit of our body, to use every breath, to use every moment in serving.